Lumos. Ba, 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 ba. Sorry you had to hear that, but I really don't want a copyright strike, and you can't make a video like this without playing the tune. So, there it is. Hogwarts Legacy is the game I just played, and now I'm going to review. I'm a little nervous about this one because there's two very rabid bases that I have to navigate here. One is the typical Harry Potter nerd that eats, sleeps, and breathes Wizarding World, and the other is the more recent J.K. Rowling bad crowd. I'm going to do my best here not to piss either of them off because I think I have a foot in both camps. Let's start with the first group, the Potterheads. I'm a millennial, which means I grew up with Harry Potter. I remember people lining up in the bookstores to get the newest books. I remember people spoiling the movies for their friends. And just like every other millennial, I too had a crush on Emma Watson. So I've always liked Harry Potter, but I'm a bit of a lazy fan. And by that I mean I've seen all the movies and I've read none of the books. Don't at me, bro. As for the J.K. Rowling bad crowd, I made a whole video on that last year. You should go check that out. It's not as funny as this one, but I think I make some good points.
What an idiot.
Anyways, Hogwarts Legacy. This game surprised me in that it's both better and worse than I was expecting. It starts off with a character creator where you create a character. And here you can see I've created my character Dingus Meningus, the palest wizard in all the land. Modeled after myself, of course.
Looks more like a pig with hair, if you ask me.
The character creator here is nothing special. I mean, there's lots of choices, but they're all kind of the same. It really doesn't let you go too far in what you're doing. But one interesting thing is that it lets you choose both a male or a female voice independent of what body you choose. So you can have a male body with a female voice or the other way around.
Harry, your eyesight really is awful.
And regardless of what you choose, the other characters in the game exclusively refer to you as they, so that they didn't have to record two different voiceovers. Clearly, this is a jab at the old hag herself, which I found very funny. I'm a huge fan of a professional FU, and this is just wonderful execution here. If that triggers you, maybe go touch some grass or something. Lighten up a little.
I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
After creating some kind of foul-named freak in the character creator, I know you will, don't lie. It's normal, everyone does it. Nothing to be ashamed of. After you disgrace your family name with your character choices,
Oh, my father will hear about this.
you're whisked off to the land of Hogwarts where you find out that you can see and use ancient magic because you're a gifted little child. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
But I am the chosen one.
Also, there's a bad guy that wants to take over the world or something. I don't know. Honestly, the plot in this game is extremely bland. It exists, it serves its function, but I've already forgotten about it. The part that really surprised me, though, is the tone. This game is far more Philosopher's Stone than it is Deathly Hallows. I was hoping for a little more darkness and danger, but most often it errs on the side of whimsical, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a choice they made, and I think they do it really well. It's just not what I expected. Like, it's hard to take anything seriously when your character looks like this. Or this. Or this. The story doesn't really try to make you cry, but there's a few heartfelt moments that could be completely ruined if you're going through it with a pumpkin on your head. And when you compound that with the fact that most of the characters are completely forgettable, you end up with an experience that's just kind of flat. More than once I picked up a side storyline that I had neglected, like,
Hello. Who are you?
they tried to spruce it up by giving you dialogue options, but even that doesn't really work. You end up with two options for every conversation, one of which is painfully bland, and the other is just mean for no reason. Like, it's not even funny, they don't even make jokes, it's just evil. It's kind of okay though, because let's be honest, you're not here for the story. You're here for witchcraft and wizardry, nerd. You want to grip some wood. You want to Lumos your way into the Forbidden Forest and Leviosa some dark wizards in half.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Sorry, Emma. Well, let me tell you. If all you want to do is swish and flick and ride a hippogriff, this game is for you. The one part of this game that I can give an honest 10 out of 10 is the Hogwartsiness of it. It's clear that this game was made by Potterheads and they put their heart and soul into it. The world they have created here is nothing short of magical. Pun absolutely intended. Just about everything you can think of is here. There's Hogsmeade, the Forbidden Forest, Hagrid's hut, the Quidditch pitch, and so much more. With everything being either identical to or at least inspired by the movies. But obviously the best one is Hogwarts itself. The entire castle has been modeled and is fully explorable with tons of collectibles, puzzles, and secrets to discover. Wandering around the halls really does make you feel like a student at Hogwarts, and they even make you take classes to drive it home. But don't worry, there's no tests.
All exams have been cancelled.
That feeling extends outside the castle walls as well. There's a huge open world for you to explore, and much like the castle, there's tons of stuff to do. Hogwarts Legacy excels at being an open world game. There's nothing really revolutionary about it, but there's a good variety of landscapes, and the density and types of activities scattered throughout it mean there's always something to do or go look at. Although I will say that some of the tasks can get pretty repetitive if you're a completionist. And throughout all of that, you get a full gamut of 34 spells that you can slowly unlock and progress through the story. Almost every single spell from the movies and the books is in here, and they all feel incredible to wield. Everything from Flipendo to Lumos to Petrificus Totalis are here and accounted for. And yes, you can even learn... One silly thing that this game does is it really emphasizes the unforgivable curses as unforgivable, and they even give you the option to not learn them if you want to be a goody two-shoes. All I can say to that is, come on. Come on. You expect me to play a Harry Potter game and not cast Avada Kedavra? Like, what do you take me for? What kind of psycho doesn't want to torture and murder bad people?
You foul, loathsome, evil little cockroach!
Just me? Alright, let's talk about glitches. When it comes to bugs, I'm giving this game detention. For something that's been such a massive hit and has been out for almost a year, there is an unacceptable number of bugs in here.
Spoilers, they want me to tap dance.
I experienced everything from typical geometry bugs, getting stuck on stuff, things like that, to audio glitches and even controls glitches. There's a mechanic in the game where you get your owl mail comes in and the thing opens up and it talks the message to you. Several occasions throughout the game I had the audio for those be at like 10% volume and you could barely hear it. I also had a few instances where the analog stick stopped working in the menu, which by the way does not have any form of auto selection. It forces you to move the cursor around like a mouse. So the stick not working is kind of a game breaker. I also noticed the frame rate starting to slow down as I got further into the game. It might be me just getting impatient, but it definitely felt like it was running mostly stable 60 FPS in the beginning, and by the end, 60 was the exception rather than the rule. For an otherwise polished game, these issues really made it feel like it's being held together with some spit and duct tape on the back end. Big thumbs down. But in the end, not only did I finish this game, but I actually had a really good time with it. Despite the glitchiness and the white bread characters, this game is just fun. Thoroughly. Every time I played it, I was excited to see what I would discover next. It's truly a magical adventure, and if you're even slightly interested in Harry Potter, you'll love it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go check my mail. I'm pretty sure that letter is coming any day now.